Andrea, welcome to another date night. You'll notice that I look less crazy today. I figured that if I have less glitter on my eyes, maybe I won't be so angry. But I am. I'm still angry. Apparently, this game has 28 chapters. You'll also notice I redecorated a bit after I had to stop recording, because technology. You probably saw. You'll notice the difference if you were paying attention. So I spent a couple hours replaying, and then I just made more money. So I decided to dress up a bit, whatever. I'll cut all of that out, don't worry. If I need more money, I'll just get it off screen. But yeah, I hope you don't hear my neighbors today, because it sounds like they are double checking that every single one of their windows works. So that's been fun. This is like my everyday makeup, usually, sort of. I usually have liquid liner, but since like the plague, my eyeliner kind of dried out, so I don't have any more. So this is what I look like now. I look pretty normal. Let's just go. I need to stop. Sure. I wonder how expensive chapter 28 is gonna be. If like 9 is already so much money. Anyway, look at my pretty boutique. Isn't it nice? I wanted to change the wall, but then I got tired. The shipment of fabric swatches for Neil's blazer came in the mail today. I stand there holding fabric swatches in my hand, wondering what I should pick for Neil's blazer. I realize I don't have any way of contacting him. Just go to the hospital. So far I've only run into him by chance, or he came over to my place himself. This time we didn't set up another appointment, so I can't really show him these swatches. What a pain. Now I have to go out and find him. Just like leave it at the cafe with a note. See if the baristas will be nice. I'm pretty sure he'd raise a huge stink over selecting a fabric without consulting him. How annoying. I guess I should start looking at the hospital, ask around for him, see if he's there. Maybe I'll get lucky. Not yet, you won't. We've got so many chapters left. With that in mind, I grab the swatches, place the close sign on my door, and lock up shop. Just like that, huh? Tailor Medical Center. There it is, Tailor Medical Center, the one Neil seems to work at. The entrance seems a little daunting, considering I really have no business at the hospital. No one's gonna double check. Still, I do need to find the man before he continues to stalk my store windows again. I gather my courage and step inside the hospital. I don't like hospitals. Oof. That's bright. It's the first time I've been here, and I'm greeted by a white lobby with very tall ceilings. The hospital seems fairly calm, only a few people seem to be going in and leaving. Ask as you're just at the main entrance. No sign of a certain man with purple hair. Hospitals are massive. What a position Neil has at the hospital. Surely can't be a doctor now because he wears a suit all the time. I refuse to believe someone as petty and mean as him could ever be allowed to be a doctor. Oh ho ho ho. Oh, you have not met doctors. I almost made a Frankenstein joke, and then I remembered that Frankenstein dropped out of medical school, so he's not even a doctor. Lame. Awkwardly, I make my way over to the receptionist, who is in the middle of helping someone else, so I patiently wait in line. When it's my turn, the receptionist beckons me over. How may I help you today? Yeah, I'm looking for Neil Forrester. Is he here by any chance? I forgot what her voice sounds like, and it's been, I don't know, 12 hours? Maybe they won't even tell me if he's here or not, or perhaps not even be allowed to, but it's worth a shot. Mr. Forrester is currently present, but he's in a meeting. Would you like me to leave a message behind? Yes, please give him these fabrics. He'll understand. Hearing him be referred to as Mr. Forrester kind of creeps me out. It doesn't suit him. Why? Yes, could you please tell him that Articles Spectacles? And that's when I notice it. Neil's voice. I turn my head and see a group of businessmen walking out the elevator. Among them is Neil. Actually, never mind, I say, removing myself from the counter. I find myself quickly taking a seat near the window so I can inconspicuously look at Neil, who's decided to wait in the lobby with the other men and argue about something seemingly important. Why? Just leave the package with the receptionist and be like, just give him these. Bye. How funny would it be? Like, imagine you're the receptionist at this hospital, right? And this rich kid is your boss or whatever. And this random lady who looks like a demon is like, hello, yes, I need to see Mr. Forrester. And they're like, cool, why? Just give him this weirdly suspicious package and tell him to come to Ghost Hunters. And then you just leave. Imagine. I would love to be on. That would be the only reason I'd be a receptionist. It's just for the weirdos. I'm not sure what they're talking about. I can't understand what they're saying from here. He looks more dressed up than normal, does he? His hair seems to be tidier. It's almost like he's a competent adult who doesn't have this nasty habit of running his foul mouth all the time. Ooh. I'm intrigued and grossed out at the same time. You clean up terribly, Mr. Forrester. The men continue to discuss among themselves. Until one by one they start to leave with their briefcases in hand. The last one shakes Neil's hand and leaves as well. It's a really smug smile on Neil's face as he fixes his tie. I roll my eyes. He's probably so full of himself for closing some kind of deal right now. What? Maybe he just bought a bunch of pens. Maybe I should leave now before he notices me and starts to brag about. Why did you sit down? So I stand up from the chair ready to escape. Oh. Articles? I hate your Draco Malfoy hair. I cringe. Too late. Can't sneak off anymore. Well, I came here for a reason, so I guess I might as well get it over with. Yeah, you did. You were looking for him. Why? Neil? I put on a fake smile and approach him. Neil runs his hand through his styled hair. He looks less smug now. In fact, he's a bit sheepish. Caught off guard, perhaps. Or perhaps he's remembering our last encounter where I fell on top of him and shoved him out of my store. That event still leaves me feeling a little awkward. Do you like to spy on my meetings? Yes. I'm a corporate spy. That implies you were actually saying something worthwhile that needed spying on, I retort. Neil waves his hand at me, dismissing what I said. Or perhaps you were captivated by my magnificent negotiating techniques and couldn't help but stop and stare in awe, says Neil carefully, nodding at himself like this was an actual truth. Sure, buddy. Okay, I guess the awkward Neil from before has disappeared entirely because he went right back to the arrogant one. Kick him in the dick, he's right at the hospital. What does he want? A cookie? Maybe. You girls, I take it you closed some kind of important business deal? I say in a dull voice. Yep, Neil is definitely not the mature adult I thought he was only minutes ago. Why would you fool yourself this way? Neil looks at me with a knowing smirk, but doesn't reply. That actually kinda gets on my nerves. He won't even tell me what he's so gleeful about? That's just annoying. Why do you care? Whatever, I'm here for your blazer. I didn't have any way of contacting you, so I came here. Neil stretches out his hand, palm side up. High five? Hand over your phone, he commands. No. Absolutely not. Give me your business card. I frown at him. Excuse me? He beckons at me with his hand, waiting for me to give him my phone. Punch him. No! I'm not giving you my phone. I'm not giving you my phone, I say, eyeing him suspiciously. Neil sighs. Do you want to be able to contact me? No, I don't. This is your thing. You need it. Why? You come to me. No, I don't, but I kind of have to, so I nod. Yes. Then add me to your contacts. Oh yeah, so I can see your WhatsApp profile picture and see what you put on your statuses. Probably something stupid, like, gotta get those gains. Behind every man is nothing. I don't know what kind of inspirational stuff people put on their statuses. I don't look at them. I pull out my phone from my purse and Neil immediately snorts. Rude? Well, that's an ancient fossil I haven't seen in a while. He's referring to my flip cell phone. I want a flip phone. I really miss flip phones. Like, dude, you jerk. How cool is it? You used to have phone charms and things. Now you can just like customize the back of yours with like pictures. If you're lucky. My phone is ancient. It's already 4 years old. I hold it close to my chest and glare at him. Yes, my sweet darling flip phone. If I had a flip phone, that'd be really cool. Like, they should make more flip phones, but like modern ones. Not Apple though, because you know the screen's just gonna fall off. Some of us don't get free stuff from our parents, I say back. He returns my glare and starts to recite his phone number, which I quickly note down, save the number under his contact, His Majesty, with a smirk. Now you won't have to come and spy on me at my work, he says arrogantly. Says the one who spies on me at mine. Like I wanted to. Look, I only wanted your opinion on these fabric swatches. I've got them with me, so hurry up and decide which one you want so I can finish your garment. I put my bag and show him the small sample of swatches I have with me. It's mostly just a lot of different variations of grey. That's a really, really, really annoying way to say 50 shades of grey. I hate this game. Neil takes it and studies each sample with a pensive look. Now that he's all concentrated and stopped running off his mouth, he actually looks real mature again. Oh no. He looks stupid to me. I wonder how old Neil is. Okay, Articles, let's do some math. When you were 7, he was 8. What's 8 minus 7? Seems to be in his mid-20s, I think, although he's in this get-up and looking serious, he looks like he's 30. He really does not. He looks like he's, like, in college. There used to be a guy when I went to varsity that would just wear a suit all the time. And then one day I met him and he was like a dungeon master, and I didn't recognize him for months because he was just wearing a t-shirt when he was DMing. And then like at varsity he had a cane and like a suit. Really miss him. It's great. His real name is Justin, so good luck finding him. I feel myself starting to be impressed by his looks. Not having seen him this mature before. After a while, Neil notices that I've been staring at him and he looks up from the swatches. Quickly I avert my eyes, a bit embarrassed he caught me staring. No, maintain eye contact. Assert your dominance. Is this all you have? He says, how many did you want? Did you want 100 shades? All of the most expensive dark grey fabrics available to me, yes. Perhaps expensive is only relative to you. These don't feel at all expensive to me. Son, let me tell you about fabrics. You're looking for like 2000 thread sheet feeling suit. That's not how fabrics work. Expensive fabrics, they just have like embroidery on them. If you want a hand embroidered suit, that is the most expensive thing I can get you. But I'm not embroidering it. I frown at him. Must he always criticize everything? Yes. Well, if it's not to your taste, then go find someone else. I try to grab the swatches back from him. Neil pulls it out of my reach a little with the shake of his head. He then pulls out one of the samples, a shady dark grey with a thick texture, and holds it up in front of my face. This one will do, I suppose. Surprised that he's actually agreeing on one of the samples leaves me a bit stumped for words. Ah, great! Now I can finish his blazer. Neil places a hand on his hip and hands me back over the swatches. Sentence structure. Anything else you need? Yes. Rent money. Yeah, how old are you? A year older than you, Articles. Kind of flies right out of my mouth and Neil looks surprised at my question. I bite my lips hard. Why both of them? That's really... And suddenly all feel flustered over voicing my thoughts. I really have to say this out loud. No, you didn't. Neil composes himself and simply gives a small huff. Regardless whether or not this information is relevant to the creation of a certain garment, I have to ask, is your memory broken? Evidently, yes. I simply blink into wondering what he's going on about. My memory? Seeing my confused face, he sighs. You really don't remember? No. You asked me before, when we were kids, he said in a soft voice. Oh, have you accepted that now? Ah, right, memories. Suddenly I remember back when we were kids, I had asked him for his age, and he said he had said 8, which was a year older than me. That means present-day Neil must be 24 years old. Ah, good job, Articles. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I looked down at my hands in my lap, red-faced. Oh, is all I can say. No, I guess I forgot until now. I'm surprised you still remember, though. I don't forget things that are important to me. Neil fixes his tie. Okay. My eyes widen in surprise. Is he saying the memories he has of me are important? Am I important? No. That means I won't forget about my watch. I don't care about your stupid watch. Ugh, of course it was about the watch. Is that everything you came to see me for? I am quite busy. Yeah, don't let me keep you from going to meetings or whatever you do at the hospital. Have a nice day, Articles. Sam. YOLO. Cheers. For once, the actual civilized conversation has taken place between us, and I'm almost bothered by it. It was sort of civilized. And finally, I don't. Like at the store, I rack my brain trying to think of what I need to do still to get this blazer finished. It shouldn't take long now. I think I can get it fitted by the end of the week. Well, yes, now you need to make the pattern, cut out the pattern, and then sew. So I decide to text Neil. I don't like where this is going. Are you free on Saturday this weekend? This week. So doesn't take long before I get an answer back. I have plans, but I can squeeze you in. Will you have finished the garment by then? Stop calling it a garment. It's weird. Should be ready by then, so please reserve an hour from your time that day. Speaking of reservations, are you going to be busy next month? A whole month? I'm wondering why Neil would ask me this. Maybe he's scheming something. It'll be October next month. Not quite, but close. That would have been weird. I don't have anything planned yet, except like running my business. After that, Neil stops texting me and I'm left to wonder what he meant with that question. Just let it go. Just stop caring. Oh well, it's just Neil. Time to get to work on his blazer and get rid of him as well. Can we do something insane with the lining? I'm thinking now. I don't know if any of you watch Queer Eye, but you should. There's this one episode where this guy has a blazer and the lining is just like naked ladies. It was amazing. I loved it so much because it's so weird. Ah, we should do something stupid with the lining, Articles. Please. Alright, chapter 10. The blazer is all but done now after pulling a few all-nighters this week. Ugh, I've done that. I've been texting back and forth with Neil. He's as insufferable in text as he is in person, and we decided on a date where he can come fit the blazer. I thought you agreed on Saturday. I guess the most fun part out of this whole arrangement was when I woke him up with a text of mine asking him to remeasure his arm length at 2 AM in the morning. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. He belittled me as expected, but actually gave me the measurements. Aha, sucker. Why would you do that? Ugh. I don't really need those measurements. I just wanted to waking up at an ungodly hour so that he could suffer with me, considering I've been staying up this late for a few days in a row. You're the one that didn't give yourself enough time for this. I mean, I don't like the guy, but you didn't have to do that. Misery love company after all. That's fair. So here I am, anxiously waiting for Neil to drop by after working hours. Finally I get to be done with this guy. No, you don't. This is chapter 10. We're not even halfway. Bell rings and door opens. Neil walks in, looking quite posh and self-assured. There's always this overconfident aura with him. Good evening, he greets me. I nod my head at him. Come with me to the back. I lead him to the sewing room so that I can fit and make any small adjustments to the blazer. Neil follows me quietly and I can feel his eyes burn a hole in my back. It's uncomfortable. Where else is he supposed to look? At your weird collection of what I'm assuming is supposed to be buttons. But they just look like little jars of frogs. Speaking of uncomfortable, I wonder if he'll react the same way again like last time whenever I touched him, jerking away from me as if I'm something disgusting. Yes, because he cannot touch the poor. He burns his skin. I mentally shake my head. He's a weird one. But after today it should be all over. We'll see. I quickly grab the blazer that's prepped and hanging on the wall, then hand it over to Neil. In a deliberately slow move, Neil takes it over, inspects it with a hawk eye. He slides the fabric through his fingers, looks at the lining and the craftsmanship. We did not do anything fun with the lining. I start to feel pretty nervous about it all. To be honest, I'm preparing myself for his harsh words and criticism because I know that's exactly what he'll say. However, he doesn't say a word, and he slides his arms into the sleeves and puts the blazer on. He turns to face the mirror and check himself out, twisting his body from side to side to examine every angle. It's just like flexing in the mirror. Let's see if this blazer can carry the expectations from your parents. That does not fit properly. That does not fit properly. Looks quite dapper in the blazer. Did you see the sleeves? No, man, you put too much fabric there. You need to take them in. It suits him, but I can already see a few alterations I need to make. It's a bit too wide at the waist. Amongst other things, I know it's Neil and all, and I shouldn't slave away for a guy like him, but it's against my principles to create sloppy garments. That's fair. Stop calling them garments. So, I ask him, impatient for his reaction. Neil sighs and closes his eyes for a bit. It's not anything remarkable, and it's a bit too wide at my waist. It's not my fault I had to adjust because you kept sucking in your stomach. My cheeks are already glowing pink and I couldn't help but glare at him. Even though he's right about that last part. What a thankless man. Yeah. But it's passable, decent enough to wear. Just a few small adjustments and people might actually compliment me for wearing it. Oh yeah, I'll be like, oh, Neil Forrester, look at you. You're so humble, wearing something that didn't cost 6,000 euros. What a man of the people. I blinked at him. Is that a compliment? I stared at him in shock and a loss for words. He notices me staring at him and gives an indignant huff. Well, are you going to continue to stand there and stare at me in awe, or are you going to fix your mistakes? He sneers at me. Look man, if you can make a blazer fit perfectly on the first try, then I'm very impressed. He quickly takes a... No, wait. I need... Hands it over to me. Quit your whining, I'm doing this for free, I snap at him. I take the blazer and hop on over towards my sewing machine and start to narrow the waistline. It should be a quick adjustment so it doesn't take long before I'm finished. Look, I have never made a suit in my life, but to just take in the waistline by eyeballing it and then just whacking it under the sewing machine? What about the lining? Ah, the sound of the sewing machine's needle plucking down fills the room, and Neil is tapping his foot on the ground impatiently. Hey, how about you run your hand under here? I want to see how strong this needle is. Once I'm finished, I hand it over to him and he tries it on once more. Neil's looks at himself in the mirror. The fit is a lot better now. Wizard. Looks exactly the same. Alright, seems adequate enough, he says. I sigh in relief. Finished. Ah. Wow, the music changed. Neil awkwardly fiddles around with the cuffs of the blazer as if he doesn't want Doesn't know what to say at that moment, and he finally does speak up. Just say thanks and go. Someone might actually want to try and find out who the tailor is. At least its quality shouldn't put me to shame. Cool. I can sew my name into the pocket if you want. I look at him weirdly. Is this another compliment? I can't tell for sure. It's so awkwardly worded. I'm assuming. I don't care. Are you so worried about what people might think about you? I ask. Neil raises an eyebrow at me in the mirror and then shakes his head. Not with this hair, you don't. Don't waste my time worrying on inconsequential issues like that. Your actions say otherwise, though. I say softly with a roll of my eyes. Neil definitely cares about what people think of him. Just look at how much he cares what a blazer should look like. Yeah, I don't. Neil turns around to face me. No one has the time to be worrying about what the world thinks of them. They only really care what the select few people have to say. He says in a low and serious voice. Ah, deep. I'm a bit taken aback by his response, as it sounds mature and well thought out, and I hadn't expected that coming out of the mouth of Neil of all people. It actually makes me curious if he had someone in mind when he said that. So I look at him with another curious eye. I wonder who those people are. Does Neil even have anyone he cares about? Does that mean you have a select few people whose opinion of you matters? Neil's cheek flushed a little bit with pink, but he turns back on me and continues to inspect himself in the mirror. He doesn't say anything. I'm assuming his parents. As Neil is still checking himself out in the mirror, he speaks up. You know, I'll be at a party next month. People will be wearing the most beautiful costumes from around the world. I'm sure even someone like you could learn something from seeing them. And today I was like, I'm not gonna advocate for murder as much. You make a difficult man. I bite on my lip and frown at him for changing the subject. What is he getting at here? He's asking you on a date, stupid. And why are you telling me? I figured you'd be interested in a masquerade ball. What with you playing dress up all of the time. Now I feel called out. Just because I changed her outfit like 3 times off camera does not mean anything. Neil shrugs nonchalantly as he finally steps away from the mirror. I make clothes, I don't play. I stress the words, feeling insulted. He hand waves and says, same thing. I know it's supposed to be like this, but I like doing the wrong hand gesture. Then he leans down with his elbow onto my crafting table. Are you interested? No. Interested in what? You don't have to act coy. I know even someone like you would love to be invited to a ball, no matter how low of a status they have. Jeez. My nostrils flare up in anger. Listen here, O'Neill. Under no circumstance am I interested. So I've got an invitation right here. Neil completely talks over me and he takes something out of the back of his pocket. It's a cream-colored envelope. A creme-colored envelope. He shifts it between his fingers, looking smug and full of himself like always. Even you would be grateful to be invited to such a high-profile event. You could create your own costume and show off your work. Alright, Lucius Malfoy. You should be thanking me for even thinking about giving you an invitation. Should I? How dare he talk about me like that? I take the envelope out of his hand and slam it on the counter. I would have liked to throw it out the window, but I do like dress-up parties. Who says I even want to attend? I don't just go ahead and make decisions for me. Neil looks taken aback, but then he shakes his head a little and his arrogant face is back to normal. There's a lot of people, celebrities even, who show off their various designer costumes. I think it would be wise to accept this invitation if you want to make a name for yourself as a tailor there. It's an opportunity for you to create some connections. Kiss. He's got a point. If it's anything like he describes, people would be flaunting their costumes, and perhaps I could make a name for myself and snatch some celebrity client. I don't really want to admit this to Neil, but my pride won't allow it. My eyes are focused on the envelope, and I'm conflicted about it. I thought I was going to stop seeing Neil around any longer, but now he's waving this invitation around in my face. That could definitely be good for my business. I really don't know what to do. What do you want in return? I finally ask. It's gotta be a catch. No way he wouldn't offer this to me for free. I get nervous when the music changes. There's a sly smile on Neil's lips. I might give it to you if you beg, he says gleefully. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'ma kill you. Refuse. Say nothing. Say nothing. I stare at him, my eyes glazing over as if I'm watching the most boring documentary on earth. Neil doesn't seem to like my reaction. He probably expected something else. Perhaps an excuse to start quabbling with me again. He huffs. Fine, I'm giving this to you for free. No strings attached. Yeah, no, I'm not playing your games. Get your kinks somewhere else, man. Why do I find that difficult to believe? I'm suspicious of Neil's motives. Are you really going to turn down such a generous gift? If it means he might blackmail me into something again, then yes. Anything Neil offers to me for free has to be treated as suspicious. Who knows what he's up to? I'm not. I'm just questioning your motives. Neil bites down on his lip, clearly becoming more irritated the longer I keep refusing his invitation. Why is flirting so difficult? I was simply going to show you what a master tailor works look like. My private tailor has already been working on my costume for months now. Cool, and I have, what, a week to make a costume for myself? Ah, so you just want to show off in front of me like a peacock. I don't want to around. Google, stop it. I don't want to parade around like a peacock. It sounds like you're trying to attract my attention like some kind of bird. That definitely sounds like you want to parade around a peacock to me. I cut him off. But I do want to give you the opportunity to see other people's work on costumes. I figured it would be right up your alley, and it opens up your connections. He finishes, ignoring my commentary. I stare at him long and hard. What he's saying sounds decent. In fact, it sounds like a great opportunity for me. The words themselves aren't bad. It's that Neil is saying them that's making me weary of any other ulterior motive. Look, I agree with you, but also, if he was like, oh, I've got a costume ready for you, then I'd be scared. Now, this is fine. Because now he's not going to make a fool out of you. Probably. Maybe. He's just probably gonna laugh at you because you're so uncouth, at which point you just steal all the snacks and leave. Who cares? I'm trying to figure out why he would want me there, other than to rub it in my face that his costume is so much better than mine. Or perhaps he wants to humiliate me in front of hundreds of other people because my costume isn't up to par, and he probably thinks that I can't do it. So, party, get the free gift and go. Maybe there's a new phone in there. Yeah, that's probably it. He wants to see me fail. Well, I guess I'll just have to prove him wrong, man. Fine, I say, grabbing the envelope again. I'll accept. And I'll make the best costume out of them all. Oh, great, Neil says as he smiles as he says this. I wasn't expecting him to look so cheerful all of a sudden. All the more reason to be on my toes and wonder what he's planning. Neil doesn't just smile like that. He's usually got a scheming face or an angry face, not a cheerful face. That's not part of his emotional vocabulary. Then I'll see you there, he says. Thank you for the blazer, and have a good night. Yeah, whatever, you two, bye. Neil leaves, still wearing the blazer I made for him. It would be weird if he left it there. Unable to contain my curiosity, I open the envelope. Glitter. Ugh. A Royal Masquerade Ball. You are invited to the annual Foresters Masquerade Ball. Wear a mask so no one can tell your true identity. Hide it well. Ooh, can I wear a plague doctor mask? Or Mike Myers mask? Or Jason mask? You should specify. From 8 o'clock till midnight, by the way. There's an address to the venue on the back. Just you wait, Neil, I'll make the best costume yet and wow you, and then I'm gonna Uber to the party and people are gonna be weirded out. Gosh.